We are in the Hearthsong district of Twin Elms, getting ready to go into Elms Reach district. We've just gotten permission from the village elder or whatever. So here we go. The guard places his spear between you and the path that leads beyond the gates. Still, Estermore, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Animfatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of his spear. Always too cozy with the Estermoran. Go then and mind your step among the sacred stones. Okay, I won't disturb anything. I mean, unless the story demands that I disturb things. Oh, I can go to Aldsong too, but I'm going to Elms Reach right now. It will take 1 hour to get there, wow. It's a long path. So we're still on the trail of this big bad guy, whose name I've inconveniently forgotten. Theos. That's who we're on the trail of. The assassin at large. So Anamanfeth Bethel granted me access. She suggested that I speak with the Delemgan Sisters in Elms Reach near a place called Tier Evron. Oh, this place looks nice. So there's the Golden Grove, there's a Glenfathen home, there's a home, there's the Hall of Warriors, there's the Blood Sands, and there is the Twin Elms. And there is Tier Evron, that's where we're going. I'm not sure how much we should look around while we're here. Dark omen, even the Delumgann could not stop him. He's just a man. Powerful, but just a man. Are you guys talking about Theos? I'm here to stop him. Okay, carry on about your business. Oh, I'm gonna take this mushroom. Don't mind me. Should we stop into these places? You know, I feel like at some point I'm gonna have to, look around to find quests to gain reputation. So I feel like maybe I'll just walk around a little bit. Hey, warriors. For shelter, stay at the inn on the southeast end of Hearthsong. I know that place. May starlight guide you, foreigner. What is this place? And that's when I pierced the giant Stelgar with my spear right through its heart. Oh, Arthwin, I wish I could have seen you do it. Me too. And maybe, later you can show us how you used your big spear. Oh, well, yes, I can do that. Oh, I see what's going on here. You're talking to a couple of women. She said she's talking about your big spear. Quote, unquote, quote. Well, far be it from me to interrupt you. Not right now. As you can see, I've got important things to do at this moment. Oh, okay. Talking about your big spear. Certainly wouldn't want to interrupt you from your important business. Well, apparently there's not much point in talking to people. Uh-oh. A ghost. It's Theos.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara Exensios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now. We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Osceonis, things would be different. The King of Osceonis is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul. He would pay any price for absolution.
But how would we get Iavara to move to Osceonis?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
I feel like he's asking me... I had another one of those daydreams, you guys. I feel like Theos was asking me to tell my sister to go to Osceonum. Maybe I'm the one that betrayed my own sister. Well, that just would be a pickle of a different color now, wouldn't it? Fiery Magrantor something. I don't know what any of this means, but I'm still a traitor. Okay, we're in the Twin Elms. There are 2 huge elms here. Oh, cutscene. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of millennia.
Turn around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the elms.
One of them extends a snarl of roots toward you that snakes and twists together to form something like an open hand, palm down. I really wish the woman back in the other place had given me like a pass or something, like a paper. But I was given permission to come here.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
The other stares at you unblinking, and as her frown deepens, her face creaks. Again, I was given permission to come here. I wish I had gotten like a pass or something, but I don't.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
I think what you're seeing is terrifying fear of being killed. Because I forgot to get a pass that gives like a permission slip, you know, like you carry around in school in the hallways. I should have had one of those, probably.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you have already met him.
There, by his own admission, Sheetha.
Wait, I think maybe I've been misinterpreted.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer? Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial.
Shida turns back to face you.
The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Theos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. Suspicious, even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
Well, I have quite a few choices to pick from here. I like this one. I don't fully know myself. I don't know why I'm following this guy. He must face justice for his transgressions.
I like him better now, Sheila.
Indeed. A kindred spirit, it seems. But that's what this is really about, isn't it? You are tied to him.
Shida glances over at you, and then her expression changes, as though seeing you for the first time.
I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to Theos.
I am sorry to tell you this, but Theos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
What's she mean? I thought Merwald said... Alloth's face is rigid. This is... permanent? What? Kana glances at you. But that can't be right. Not after everything. There must be someone else we can ask. Oh, we did not come down this road together to be refused passage by a pair of talking saplings. Oh, something, something, whore, fire, background, something, something. Madiccio, there must be some way. Wait, so this has all been for nothing? And I'm going to lose my mind?
The soul is formless without a past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I mean... I had to believe in something.
You would rather believe in a comforting falsity than accept a hard truth. A common trait among your kind. Endearing in some ways, but it is an obstruction. A lie within a lie. It is only when you face that truth, abandon hope of salvation, and digest its uncompromising absoluteness, that a soul's true nature is laid bare. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
Well, death may be preferable to what lies in store for me.
It may, but not all deaths are alike, and the man you pursue is versed in thousands of them.
The man Theos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain.
Well, that's not very comforting.
But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the rest?
You might wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
That doesn't sound good.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Theos. Would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Wait, why did the gods make Theos? That doesn't make any sense.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
Oh, of course, it's never easy.
You have followed the right person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Theos' path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
Well, anyway, you said you knew where he went.
He has gone down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
That sounds really dangerous.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may yet. He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another way to get to him?
We know of one. On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my sister speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway to death. With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
Wait, that sounds like something I had a daydream about, actually. A big pit at the center of a court. Something, I feel like I had a daydream about that. So, wait, what do you mean, with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow.
Again, I have to reiterate, that sounds very dangerous.
The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
What is this court?
No more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below.
That actually sounds very familiar.
The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
How would I ever get the gods to help me?
Behind us is Tier Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help?
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Oh, again, that really sounds dangerous. Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I would pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake, the feeling is shared.
Is there no other way?
None.
Oh. So, how do I pray? I really don't want to ask Durance, because he's going to yell about a whore. So, I'm going to ask you two.
Tier Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well.
Oh, so it's just a puzzle.
You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Okay.
What do you wish to know?
How did you know I was pursuing Theos?
The same way that you are no doubt able to peer into the ether and experience the souls of others. It is something we are born with, some more, some less. A gift common to many creatures of the wilds. You share certain similarities with the man you pursue. For your sake, I pray they are few and of no consequence.
I think he's taller than me. You mentioned that people come to these elms without knowing why. A soul has a will of its own. Its needs and whims are seldom understood, but they follow them all the same.
There is something about this place that reaches beyond our understanding, something like a beacon. The Elms have a way of uniting souls that have been seeking one another, with or without their owner's awareness. Sometimes it is for love, sometimes for vengeance, sometimes for peace. Often it is for no reason we will ever know. In your case, let us hope it is for peace.
Or vengeance.
I want to know about the two of you.
There is little to be said about us, for we are bound here, caretakers and defenders of this place. Our journey has been over time, but not distance, measured in observations, but not experiences. We have seen the elms grow tall. We have seen cities built, burned, and built again. The only constant has been the tower, a silent companion through the ages. You can imagine why this recent destruction has stirred my sister so.
If you do nothing else, make that man pay for what he did here.
Well, it seems like I'm gonna have to jump onto a bunch of jagged rocks to do that. So, I think I've already asked this. I need to know about praying for the support of the gods.
We will tell you what we can.
Yeah, I already asked you all that. Well, I guess our conversation has come to an end, Sheeta. And the other one, who I don't think I ever heard pronounced out loud. Farewell.
Before you go, tell me this, old one. I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
Well, that's a very good question. Because off the top of my head, I can't really think of anything he's done to me. I mean, I guess he's responsible for my awakening, although I don't really remember that. That was way back at the beginning of the game. He was responsible for killing a bunch of people in Defiance Bay. He killed the Duke and all. So that's, he needs to be punished for that. Although it's not really my responsibility to enforce the law of Defiance Bay, so I don't know why I'm following him for that. I guess mainly I was following him to, be unawakened, but now you ladies are telling me that that's not really possible. So, with that in mind, I will now read over the dialogue choices. Well, since you said I can't be unawakened, I guess I need to understand our history, so that I may put it to rest, and nothing more. Well, that's probably gonna make your sister mad though, so maybe I should say something a little harsher than that. I wish to undo the harm he's caused. No, I don't really... I guess, to be honest, I won't know until I get there. That's probably the most honest answer, because me, the player, has really no idea what I'm gonna do.
A great many questions still to be answered.
Yeah, you said it.
All the same, think on this matter. Be assured in your course. In the end, it may mean all the difference, not just to his soul, but to yours.
Well, that's comforting.
And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others.
Well, that's pretty ominous.
May you find an answer to yours.
Thank you. Quest completed, the assassin at large. The Delemgan Sisters directed me to Tier Evron to petition the favor of the gods. Oh, okay, we have 2 new quests now. Pray to the gods in Tier Evron, the Council of Stars, and then travel to the Burial Isle, the Court of the Penitents. So which one do I do? Shida and Rhiannon, the Delemgan of Elms Reach, told me that Theos has destroyed the route from Tier Evron to Briath Iman. To reach him, I will have to descend through the pit in the Burial Isle. That requires the aid of the gods. So I need to pray to the gods in Tier Evron. To ask for their favor, I'll need to pray to them in Tier Evron, where they are said to commune with mortals. And then I need to go to the Burial Isle. Well. Should I do that now? Who? I don't know what to do. Nobody in my party's talking to me either. I guess we'll go talk to the gods. Boy, it'd be cool to play a cleric in this particular moment. Had I known that I would be talking to the gods at some point, I might have made the choice to play a cleric. Shattered and charred stone blocks the passage into Sun and Shadow. That's where Theos went. And he's not there anymore. So what is this? It's an altar that has a luminescent Adra shard in it. I feel like I should not steal from an altar. There's a bookcase with a bunch of books. I really hope I don't have to read those books to figure out what to do. There's another bookcase with a bunch of other books. The Final Journal of Jonas. Yeah, these are... Okay, I'm supposed to read these books and figure out what to do, aren't I? That's what I'm supposed to do. And another book with a bunch of more stuff about gods and stuff. So... I don't see anything to interact with. Oh, hireling payday. That scared me. That came up there. I was like, oh, did I trigger something? I have paid 450 copper in wages. Can I build something? Nope. I have no idea what to do here, if I'm supposed to do anything here. I mean... The Delemgan Sisters explained, I'll need to pray to them in Tier Evron, where they are said to commune with mortals. I mean, there's nothing to interact with here. So... I mean, there's an altar. Do I really have to read these books? I don't really want to read these books. Selected correspondences of Giftbringer Iden. So the gods are Aothus, which I feel like is the one that was blown up by the Godhammer? Isn't that the one that Eder has been running around talking about how he doesn't have a god anymore? Andra is apparently the goddess of the oceans. The enigmatic god of cold is Bereth? No. Reimergand oversees the cold. Young students are often confused by Bereth and Reimergands. So Bereth and Reimergand are two other gods. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I have no idea. No idea. The many faces of Barath. Missives of the Hand, occult. Whale is another one. And then, of course, Jonas, the god Jonas of the effigy fame, the quiet slave. I mean, are there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of these little sharp stone thingies, and there's 6 other ones around it. Again, there's like nothing is interactable here.
Be cautious. Be constant.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's not self-evident what I'm supposed to do. And it's also way too late in the day for me to figure out a puzzle like that.
Something funny, big man?
I'm sorry, it's just... when you started shouting, that poor man looked as if he'd piss himself.
Nothing seems to trouble you much, does it, Kana?
Oh, I don't know. I never found much use in getting worked up over the little things.
Maybe to an Omawa, it all just looks like little things.
Oh, burn. She burned you good. Called a burn unit. An Adiran noblewoman has arrived seeking employment. Ooh. Ooh, she has quite a lot of prestige. But she doesn't seem to have very much in the way of battle experience, and she's quite expensive. So, hey Shida, I have some questions.
What do you wish to know?
Oh, what about that praying thing again?
We will tell you what we can. Behind us is Tier Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
So how does it work again?
Tier Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools.
Okay, but how do I translate that into game mechanics, though? Because there was nothing really to interact with in there.
Until we meet again, old one.
So it sort of sounds like I'm supposed to stand in a particular place. I mean, it sounds like I'm supposed to stand in a particular place and do something, but this room does not seem... Again, I can't really click on any of these things, and how do I just... I can't just... What? I don't know. Maybe Durance is supposed to do it.
What?
What? Maybe Durance is supposed to pray. I don't know what to do. I have no idea whatsoever. Maybe I'll just walk around a little bit. Let's tour this new area while we try to figure out what the hell we're supposed to do there. Let's go see the Golden Grove.
About our awakenings being permanent?
Yeah, I did, Aloth. Actually, I did. Kind of bad for you. It's not permanent unless all you have to do is jump in the pit with the sharp rocks. Then it's fixed right up. Where am I going? I'm going in here. Is there a thing in here? There's the entrance. Iswald earned my trust. Why do you continue to support Erona? The High Ovate has tended to the grove for centuries, and now abandons it to journey away from Twin Elms, much too often. Life all around us. Can you feel it? Have you come... Oh, I can't read anything. There's text all over the place for some reason. I can't read a damn thing. Oh, there's somebody here named Bledha.
Builder's wisdom to you.
The elf holds a chipped wooden pipe. The sweet smoke wafting from the bowl makes you dizzy. Welcome, Estermore. I've got herbs and potions for sale. Looking for something to ease your travels, or something to make them more interesting. When she grins, you see her teeth and gums are stained brown. White leaf. Nice way to spend an afternoon, and the following night, and most of the next day. Well, I guess I'd like to see her stocks. This would be a great time for white leaf, I guess, 'cause maybe that's how you pray to the gods. 'Cause I don't know what else to do. What is that? A flask of war paint? Was that a tiny sporling? Is that a pet? Despite its off-putting, toothy maw and dead eyes, this little sporling is oddly affectionate for a fungal mass. It waddles after you with unexpected speed. Okay, I'll buy the sporling. I mean, this game... What is that? Oh, I have a tiny beetle. When did I get a tiny beetle? The sporling is gonna replace the cat. Goodbye, adorable cat. Hello, sporling. Oh, the tiny beetle was a pet too. Oh, I didn't do the beetle pet. Oh, we have Rundle's Finery, unique light armor. Where did we get that? I don't remember getting that. It's got intellect +2 and it's lore giving. That's pretty cool. That might be good for somebody. Put all this stuff away. The core. Perception +2. Where's my adorable fungal mass? There it is. It speaks. Oh, here's somebody else. Tamrin.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Though his eyes are closed and his posture still, the man before you keeps his head aimed at you, as if carefully following your movements. Hail to you. May your time in the Golden Grove be enriching. If you are in need of services, he says, his eyes still closed, speak with Bleda. She will see to your concerns. What can you tell me of the Golden Grove? We are naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. The Ovates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of the natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore the world for themselves. Okay. Farewell. You're a bunch of drug dealers. You could have just said that. The adorable mushroom is making adorable sounds. Wait. There's a big snake, it looks like. Maybe it's not a snake. It kind of looks like a snake is coiled up there on top of your sacred place. Can I talk to you now, Arthron? Not right now. As you can see, I've got important things to do at this moment. Fine. Okay, I don't know what to do. I'm quite stumped right now. Let's go check out the blood sands, I guess. That sounds fun. Are you sure of what you claim? I hope that the sacrifices would have worked. With the frontiers again open, I assure you, we'll need much war paint in the coming season. Hello? There is no greater honor than dying for one's tribe. If some fall in battle, how is this different? Your goddess would earn you welcome at any hearth. Do you sell your wares at the Hearthsong Market? I don't know what that is. It's a cave of some sort. I don't. Feels like a bad thing to go into a place called Blood Sands. I am thoroughly confused and bewildered about what to do right now, so this seems like a good place to stop. To stop for the night, because I just have no idea. Oh wait, Aloth wants to talk. Oh, he said something about,
If those Delumgann are right, you and I are stuck with our awakenings. Not quite the news I was hoping for.
Well, I mean, it distresses me too.
You mean the knowledge that your mind is an unraveling thread and the man holding the other end is a millennia-old priest? Your concern is understandable. And while I hate to turn the subject back to myself, this all has me thinking about Isilmir. I'm stuck with her now.
Well, I mean, she's not that bad, is she?
Overstarched tunics, burnt toast, Rawatai sherry, those are not that bad. But having a stranger pop in and out of your head at will, it's unpleasant, I assure you.
I mean, I do have some experience with that. This Theos guy is always popping into my head. And on the bright side, I've got plenty of time to figure out how to deal with her. He sighs. Well, you've got to make that decision, Aloth. What do you think?
I've always seen her as an adversary. You've shown me that, for all her flaws, she's been an ally too. We want the same things, even if we don't go about them the same way. I think it's time I stopped fighting her.
Even as he says it, something struggles within him. The muscles in his face twitch, and his skin quivers. His eyes roll back in his skull, exposing slivers of white. Sweat beads and glistens on his forehead. After several seconds, he sighs and looks back at you. That wasn't as difficult as I expected. I think, deep down, I'd always hoped to find a solution elsewhere. When I was a child, I always thought my mother would come home with a mysterious cure, or that my father, without knowing it, could somehow send her away just as he'd called her forth. I can't pretend that I didn't spend years of my arcane training hoping that one of my instructors would have the answer somewhere in his grimoire. When I joined the Leaden Key, I hoped and believed that, with enough loyal service, I'd gain the ear of someone in the organization who could help me. Even when I met you and realized your unique talents, I hoped that you might be able to reach into my soul the way I'd seen you do with so many others. I'd been looking for someone else to solve my problem, and now I realize that I've got to face it on my own. Well, I've been with you the whole way, and I still am. We're pals, Aloth.
That means a great deal to me. Truly. That reminds me of something else the Delumgann said. About the gods not being real.
He says it quietly, as if afraid someone might overhear him. I don't remember them saying that. They did tell us to pray to the gods, so that can't be entirely true.
Yes, I suppose so. Still, I can't help but worry at the state we'd be in if that was somehow true. If there were no power guiding us in this life and shepherding us to the next.
Well, I'm sure we'd find our own way. Find our way on our own, surely. I mean, I don't know. Let's just not think about it.
Sound advice, indeed.
We should get moving. I was kind of hoping at the end there that Aloth would just tell me what I needed to do to do this praying puzzle. But alas, apparently not. I'm gonna have to get rid of this mushroom thing because it's making that squeaky noise. It's driving me nuts already. Well, I'm gonna stop here. I'm tired. I've had enough of this game for now. See you later.